Medical disclaimer. The information presented in this channel is for educational purposes only. It is not intended as medical diagnostic or prescribing procedures.
Chemicals in our food. Bisphenol A, BPA. Bisphenol A is a chemical produced in large quantities for use primarily in the production of polycarbonate plastics and epoxy resins. It is found in various products including shatterproof windows, eyewear, water bottles, and epoxy resins that coat some metal food cans, bottle tops, and water supply pipes. The primary source of exposure to BPA for most people is through the diet. While air, dust, and water are other possible sources of exposure, BPA in food and beverages accounts for the majority of daily human exposure. Bisphenol A can leach into food from the protective internal epoxy resin coatings of canned foods and from consumer products such as polycarbonate tableware, food storage containers, water bottles, and baby bottles. The degree to which BPA leaches from polycarbonate bottles into liquid may depend more on the temperature of the liquid or bottle than the age of the container, according to the National Institute of Environmental Health Sciences. BPA can be found in breast milk. Unfortunately, one reason people may be concerned about BPA is because human exposure to BPA is widespread. The 2003 to 2004 National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey conducted by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, found detectable levels of BPA in 93% of 2,517 urine samples from people 6 years and older. The CDC data are considered representative of exposures in the United States. Another reason for concern, especially for parents, may be because some animal studies report effects in fetuses and newborns exposed to BPA. Some animal studies suggest that infants and children may be the most vulnerable to the effects of BPA. Parents and caregivers can make the personal choice to reduce exposures of their infants and children to BPA. Don't microwave polycarbonate plastic food containers. Polycarbonate is strong and durable, but over time it may break down from overuse at high temperatures. Plastic containers have recycling codes on the bottom. Some, but not all, plastics that are marked with recycle codes 3 or may 7 be made with BPA. Reduce your use of canned foods. When possible, opt for glass, porcelain or stainless steel containers, particularly for hot food or liquids. Use baby bottles that are BPA-free. You may have never heard of PFAS, but you're likely to have these potentially dangerous chemicals inside your body. Perfluoroalkyl and polyfluoroalkyl substances, PFAS, are a large, complex group of synthetic chemicals that have been used in consumer products around the world since about the 1950s. They are ingredients in various everyday products. PFAS are used to keep food from sticking to packaging or cookware, make clothes and carpets resistant to stains, and create firefighting foam and are used to repel oil and water. PFAS molecules have a chain of linked carbon and fluorine atoms. Because the carbon-fluorine bond is one of the strongest, these chemicals do not degrade easily in the environment. These chemicals are known as forever chemicals. They make consumer items non-stick and waterproof, stain-resistant, and they're found in many products you likely use. Some obvious like non-stick cookware, waterproof clothing, but also in things you may not necessarily realize like dental floss, pizza boxes, microwave popcorn bags, even makeup and sunscreen. There's now more than 9,000 PFAS-related chemicals to date 2024. They're called forever chemicals because they don't break down completely, meaning the same properties that make these chemicals so durable also make them extremely hard to get rid of, meaning they accumulate in the environment, in animals, and they accumulate in humans. Thousands of communities across the United States have drinking water that is contaminated with PFAS, and as a result, more than 200 million Americans could have toxic PFAS in their drinking water, according to the Environmental Working Group. For your particular country, you should investigate it. Nearly all people have a measurable level of PFAS in their bodies. In fact, it's estimated that 98% of the US population has some level of PFAS contamination. And for individuals exposed on a regular basis, the chemicals build up cumulatively. Now, these are relatively early days, and we still don't fully understand the extent of the threat posed by these chemicals. PFAS have been linked to cancer and kidney and liver damage, and other serious health problems in people with prolonged exposure. As for reversing the damage that has already been done, it is hard, if not impossible, to remove PFAS from soil or the environment. But here is what you can do until a cheaper, more effective solution is found. You can avoid stain and water-resistant products and sprays. If you order delivery or takeout from restaurants, I personally do not recommend to eat foods from restaurants. Remove your food from takeout containers before reheating. When cooking at home, something that you should always do, steer clear of non-stick cookware and filter your drinking water with activated carbon, according to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. Microplastic excretion and breakdown. The liver is equipped with a variety of enzymes. These are enzymes that convert these chemicals into more water-soluble forms, making them easier for our body to excrete them, mostly through urine. While that might sound reassuring, the problem is we are exposed to these chemicals almost constantly, so our bodies are in a near continuous state of processing them. PFAS, on the other hand, accumulate in our organs like the liver and the kidneys, and their persistence in the body makes them much harder to eliminate. You could use sulforaphane for detoxifying. One compound that really stands out is sulforaphane. They are molecules found in broccoli sprouts. The sprouts contain 100 times more sulforaphane than mature broccoli. Sulforaphane activates a master regulator of detoxification that controls the production of enzymes that helps the body clear out toxins. They are enzymes that bind to harmful chemicals and make them more water-soluble so we can excrete them through the urine. If you think that you are accumulating these toxins, you could look for a high-quality supplement of stabilized sulforaphane. It could be a method for helping to detoxify. It has been shown in human studies that could help eliminate microplastics. It could be combined with another compound known as NAC or N-acetylcysteine. You could consult with your healthcare provider.